Zurich, Switzerland. Zurich, Switzerland.
Zurich, Zurich.
And then you have some of those dots on top, like a umlaut or something like that.
Anyways, we just drove in from Germany because we had a fun tour where we flew into Switzerland, drove over to Germany, hung out in France for a day, back to Germany, now back to Switzerland, and then from Switzerland to
Philadelphia, and then to
Arizona.
mm-hmm.
So the purpose of this video is to give people who are traveling to Germany some tips on what to do and what not to do, because we've made several mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
One being,
which one? Where do we start? Do we start with checking luggage and the cost for international luggage on American Airlines is $100 a bag. So if you can actually take it as a carry-on, just take it as a carry-on. Don't pay $100 each way. Not
way.
just $100.
Because I thought it was 50, because that's what or 40, because that's what we normally pay for domestic flights. And plus, we are American Airline Advantage members, so I thought that, we would have an extra bag.
So those hair products that she had in that extra bag took, an extra $100. So don't do that. So hopefully on the way back.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
So hopefully on the way back it won't be as bad. So step number one, take into consideration the bags that you're taking, because it's going to be a lot different for international travel. It's a lot more expensive, and they don't even really publish it that easily. So be careful.
Mm-hmm. Second things is the roads are really small. We rented a car, and so one way this way, one way that way, it's just like really narrow compared to what we have in the U.S.
In Switzerland, everybody's walking in front of you all the time. It's just nonstop. And you're going all kinds of crazy directions. Obviously the street signs are easy enough to understand pretty quickly, but it's just, there's a lot of different directions you have to go and turn and a lot of people walking in front of you. So it makes driving a little bit more difficult. But the good thing is, once we were out of Switzerland into Germany and a little bit more rural area as well, is really, really, really easy. Just one issue I had with driving was trying to turn left into a parking lot. And
he really got
not
only honked at, but the middle finger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then also crossing borders, we were thinking that we had to have our passport, but that was not an issue.
Which you still need it, but the interesting thing was, so when we went from Germany to Switzerland, it was easy as going from Arizona to California. You go through this kind of, this one little area, border control, where you slow down, and they pretty much just wave everybody by and everybody down, and then they stop someone. So that was it. When we went to France, you actually don't even know you're in France. That's the other thing, is there's no signs welcome to Germany or welcome to Switzerland.
You wanted the big welcome. Okay, so you could take a picture.
Yeah, it should be boom, some fireworks or something like that. So you literally might not even know that you're across the border until you get something from your phone carrier saying welcome to that particular country.
That's true.
And then here's what your data rates are, or how much what things cost. But that's pretty much the only way. When we came back from France to Germany once, there was really no indication whatsoever. It was dark. The roads were small.
Right.
Well, dark and difficult to see anything.
Mm-hmm.
And there was just nothing. You're just all of a sudden you're in from France to Germany.
Yeah. Going back to data rates. So, depending on your carrier, for our carrier, T-Mobile, it says unlimited data and then 25 cents per minute for phone calls. So, make sure that you check with your cell phone provider. And we did get alerts every time we got into a new country.
Oh, important for Switzerland, car insurance is very expensive. So, I think it was $40 a day to get the actual rental car, and then to get insurance is about $50 a day. you know,
Oh, at the rental car.
at the
place.
rental car. So look for a third party option when it
Mm-hmm.
comes to it. So we did get a third party afterwards rather than going through the rental company.
Yeah. Okay. What else was different? Oh, water. So normally when we get water at restaurants, it's just like a normal thing. But here you the default is mineral water, right? But you have to
Bottle, yeah.
well, the bubbly mineral water. But we always had to ask for distilled water.
Still, yeah.
Still, excuse me, still.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's either, I don't know, there's actually like different levels of it as far as how bubbly it is.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, ask for still water unless you like the seltzer water.
Yeah. Okay, what else did we learn? Traveling here was easy. Like our flight was 7 hours and it was super comfortable. But we probably shouldn't recommend, but we always book where we have a window seat and an aisle seat because most time no one's going to want to get that middle seat. So luckily no one got the middle seat, and so we had the whole row to ourselves, which was
Or Tamika did. She was able to, lay across because I can't lay across very easily. I'm a little bit taller.
I did lay across and I had a great nap thanks to you. Okay.
So hotels, we'll have to document a little bit differently as far as the interesting thing in a hotel is like the tiny little per person comforter they give you. So there's no sheets, there's no extra
just
things,
down comforters.
just one tiny little per person down comforter.
Twin size, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No, if you need an iron, forget about that. You might be able to ask for an iron at the front desk. We didn't try that, but there's not one in your room. What else is, obviously you need the plug. Everybody should know that to begin with, is having that converter.
And then also money. So we actually did not convert any money to euro. Is that right? The right word?
It'd be, so Swiss francs or euros in Germany and France.
So we literally just used our American Express and debit card the whole time and didn't have any. Oh, we had one issue, is I couldn't use one vending machine, but most of the vending machines you're able to do it, to use your card, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What else? That's it.
No, there's
To
a lot
rent a
more.
car or not to rent a car?
So
Yes.
we still have to determine what the actual final fees will be because you never really know. The gas was reasonable. The rental car we had seemed like we drove it forever and didn't even use a full tank. So the price of gas in the end, was reasonable. It was nice. It was easy, especially if you're not driving in a city. It was easy to drive around. Like I said, there was only one little issue that I wasn't sure about as far as driving that I made a mistake about, but nothing, no real harm, no problems. You can't. I wasn't able to find, especially in more of the rural areas, there's no Uber or Lyft. So there's no Lyft at all. And then Uber, says it's available, but doesn't always have any options. So it's not like being in Phoenix or another city where you can find somebody anytime you pretty much want.
But there are taxis available at a premium.
Mm-hmm. One of them tried to charge. I think this is more related to the conference we were at. Is they tried to charge $120 to go 2 miles. So I was.
I think it was more than 2 miles.
It was definitely 2 miles
From our hotel to the.
Maybe
I think it was
2.3.
more
No,
like 4 or 5
it
miles.
definitely wasn't 4 or 5.
Okay, well, 2 miles. All right, what else? Oh, the food was amazing. No stomach issues. The wine, amazing. The beer, amazing. We didn't do anything other than beer and wine, right?
Mm-mm. And then we'll have to document separately the Asian fusion restaurant she went to every day. Amazing.
You only ate there one time. You ate there one time.
Yeah, but you went. I'm saying it's
3
amazing
times.
for you. 3 times.
3 times. Is that it?
Um,
Oh, the rooms in Germany versus the rooms in Switzerland. I feel like the only difference is there's an iron, IRON. Did I say it right? Iron versus no iron.
Well, the other side thing is the size. They're mostly probably like 30-40% smaller, at least maybe half, 50% smaller.
Smaller in Germany?
Mm-hmm. And just in Europe in general, what we've been seeing is smaller. I think it's just in the U.S. there's a lot more excess, and that gets into the fact that you see people a little bit more fit, especially in the Switzerland area that we're in. Well, I won't use the words that you said, but definitely more fit and more active here.
Yeah, so there was a lot of walking and a lot of biking. So if you're not prepared for that, I would suggest you get prepared because it was a struggle for me.
And then language barriers. Overall, I think it was okay. You definitely can survive without knowing. I kind of feel a little bit bad, and I feel
We
very
should
selfish.
Know, yeah, we should know the language.
Not knowing any of it,
Mm-hmm.
but everybody seems okay. Like they're used to it, and they're like probably those freaking Americans and stuff like that. But they're fine. There's always enough people around that know English and speak it really well. In many cases, probably better than I do. And so, it's not a big deal if you don't know any. It's always nice to come up with a few words here and there. I think I used about 10 times 10 different words, maybe if that, like a danke or something really simple.
What does a danke mean?
Thanks. There's danke schön, which is like kind of like thank you more very much, and then danke, which is just thanks. So yeah, it's good.
Okay, what was your favorite out of Switzerland, Germany, and France?
So it's hard to say because I would say overall experience as far as being the most old European, where classic European, that would have been France. So the most
because of the nice cathedral.
Yeah, just the old, basically a canal street with all of the different, really old houses on it, and the cathedral, all of the, the pavers, the walkways, the cobblestones, and all that type of stuff was, the most, scenic. Switzerland, Zurich is a pretty big city, pretty chaotic. It's very scenic areas, but it's definitely a lot more work, a lot more effort to get places, do things. So it was nice, definitely worth going. And the Germany was awesome. I really, really liked it. But we did go to where they have an amusement park, Europa Park. And you know that a lot of it's probably really catering towards that kind of the touristy crowd.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not as I'm sure there's a lot less authenticity around everywhere overall, but I feel like we got a lot nonetheless. But it still would be nice to kind of get a little bit more away from that, more to truly evaluate what everything is. For diversity, didn't really see a lot of diversity, especially
in France. We did more.
No, you think? You said you saw what, 3 people?
No, I saw more in France than I did.
So overall, Germany did not have a lot of diversity. France had a little bit more. And we were told in Germany, with one of the friends that we had met on our conference and everything, that is typically Berlin where you would see the most diversity. But nonetheless, everybody was welcoming, except, actually, she did get stared down really, really badly at the French restaurant. What about that?
Yeah, maybe it was, I don't know. Maybe it was the braids. I'm not really sure. But whatever.
Stared a lot.
Or maybe
I always think it's
a white guy.
I always think it's because she's so pretty, but
Could have been because I was with a white guy.
Mm-hmm. But she was, they were staring. I think it's because she's so pretty.
All right, I would say if I had to choose, it would be France. Because it was like a slower pace, older city. I would prefer to learn French. So, yeah.
So the other thing is, is something that we never actually sought out as far as coming to Zurich. So, like it wouldn't have been like, sign me up to send me to Zurich. Like if we had to say, hey, where do you want to go and fly to and travel to today? Zurich would not have been the first choice. And so it just happened that's where we, the opportunity to go to this event led us to. And so in the end, it was awesome because, you fly into a new city, it's a bigger city, and, you get to see some of the modern, everything around you, experience something new. And then the opportunity to, within, 2 hours, we were, you can go to France, you can go to Switzerland, and you'll be in Germany. So
Right.
within 24 hours, we basically hit up all three of them where we had never been to any of those three before. So I highly recommend, flying into places that, can give you, the
Like
ability
the
to go.
bordering,
Mhm.
like the bordering areas, right?
Yep. So Zurich would be a good choice to give you the ability to see a lot within a small amount of time.
And
And-
Zurich was easy for customs too, so it wasn't like a hard process. We didn't have to. I mean, I guess we could have gotten rode on a train to Germany, but the rental car was the better option because we were able to like drive and see. Plus, we had like 50 bags, so that was easier.
I had one.
Anyways,
So the other thing is, what was I gonna say?
I think
Oh, yeah. The other thing was the flight wasn't that bad, like in all reality. So especially if you're on the East Coast, it's really easy. But for us, like it was a fairly easy trip out to Philadelphia, and then 7.5 hours or so. It was total of 13 hours. It's a little bit longer getting back, going the opposite direction, but it's a reasonable amount of time to be basically on the other side of the world. So it was
and they feed you
bad
twice.
food.
It wasn't horrible.
You remember that pasta?
The pasta was a little overcooked. I had chicken and rice, so it wasn't horrible. And then unlimited drinks.
I think it depends on your section that you're in.
I'm
I'm not sure though.
not sure.
You try that again tomorrow.
Okay. Pillow, blankets.
And it was warmer too. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Remember, like the first flight was cold, and then the second one, for some reason, the bigger plane. I don't know what it is. The flights are warmer.
So overall, we're glad that we did it ourselves without the kids, because next time we want to bring the kids and the grandkids.
And we realized, between the two of us, we are now 100 years old.
I'm not 100. I'm not 50 yet. I'm 49.
I'm 51.
Oh shoot.
So between the two of us, and neither of us had been to Europe, and it's like one of the biggest questions is why? Why did we wait so long? To actually go. And one of our objectives is to get the kids to experience that a lot sooner than we did.
Yes. So working on passports, and this year or next year we will be able to document their adventure and actually vlog and see their reactions and see what they think. To be continued. Bye.